Let's get more on this now. I'm joined by Geraint, who's Professor of Economics at the University of Lancaster. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Now, we've heard there about how things could get worse as furlough comes to an end. What other indicators are going to give us a clearer picture of the damage that's been done to the UK economy in general and jobs market in particular?
One of the things we've got to be aware of in looking at these statistics is that the labour force survey data on which the statistics are based are inevitably quite a lot out of date. So what we're seeing in the unemployment rate that we've had reported there of 4.1 is the average rate of unemployment over the 3 months, May, June and July. If you look at the single month figure just for July, then there's been a very dramatic increase in unemployment. It now stands at 4.6%, 4.5%, and that compares with 3.9% in June. So there's been an acceleration in the increase in unemployment over the most recent month for which we have data. We've also got data on the claimant count, and this is more recent data. It takes us through into August. There's been a further increase in the claimant count during August, and that, I think, heralds further increases that we're likely to see as the furlough scheme comes to an end.
Well, anticipating bigger numbers, the UK Finance Minister has said that helping people back into work is that #1 priority. What tools has he got at his fingertips?
He has been using policy up till now through the furlough scheme in particular, through the incentive for firms to retain workers through to the end of January. Each firm will receive a bonus of £1,000 if they hold on to workers up to the end of January. And that is an important tool that he's got in his armoury. There's also the standard tools of fiscal and monetary policy that increasingly will come into play. What we've had up till now is a supply crisis. Essentially, the economy was switched off and switched back on again as lockdown has been eased. But demand comes to be more important now as we see the recession roll on. And so the tools of fiscal and monetary policy, such as tax cuts and government spending increases, cuts in interest rate, well, they've been cut almost as far as they can go, but non-standard monetary policy like quantitative easing come into the armoury that's available for government.
You talk about the economy effectively being switched off. It's a particularly challenging climate for small and medium-sized firms. Which sectors do you think are going to need the most attention?
Indeed, if you look at these data, then what they are showing is a huge increase in unemployment, particularly among self-employed workers. So comparing 3 months, the most recent 3 months with the previous 3 months, is more than 150,000 self-employed people have become unemployed. And that's partly the nature of the support that's available for self-employed workers. So sectors in which there are a lot of such workers have been hit particularly hard. Also, sectors such as hospitality, we know, was late in being switched back on. There've been a lot of job losses there. And we know that the events industry, of course, still hasn't come back. And so that's an area that will need further support. As we move forwards, if there's another phase of lockdown, then again, the sectors that are affected by that lockdown will need further support.
Well, Geraint, thank you very much for all that insight. Geraint from the University of Lancaster.